Hello students, welcome back, and let's go to the final problem here. The probability problem, and in this case we have a Venn diagram. You have a Venn diagram of 3 sets here. I think problem gave you this. Now, if you somehow think probability problems are relatively less important, I'll have to say no, that is not the case. Probability problems are important. The reason that I did everything else first and then coming to the probability problem here as if this is the least important of the bunch is because there's so many different types of probability problems. And this example with Venn diagram of 3 events, that's one of many. So there's some chance this kind of thing may show up. There's some chance there may be some other kind of Venn diagrams may show up. Or maybe there are some problems with tree diagram and no Venn diagram will show up. They are various. And how do you track down? Well, that's pretty much impossible because there are so many. And you have to go through a lot of exercises in MyMathLab and also in Canvas exercise and so on. So these kind of problems are almost like wildcard problems. That's why I'm doing this as a last problem. Not because entire probability category is not important. They are important, but if you go down to one specific type, that may not be. Okay, in any case, here we go. Electronics Store recorded recent sales for 3 types of popular software: games, educational software, and utility problems for G, E, and U. In a survey of 893 customers, 545 purchased game, 497 purchased educational software, 290 purchased utility programs. 297 purchased games and educational software, 196 purchased educational and utility, and 205 purchased games and utility, and finally 157 purchased all 3 types: game, educational, and utility. And here's the outline of the Venn diagram. We have a lot of numbers here, but only one number go to this picture directly. The others, for example, 893 customers purchase games, so 893 goes over here. No, that's not going to be right. Because 893 covers this entire circle, and some parts go here, some part go there, some part go there, so what's left here, down here where my mouse is running, that'll be significantly less than 893, so we need some computation. The only number that we use directly is the last one, 157 purchase all 3, right here where my mouse is. That's where 157 is going. And then we do appropriate subtraction, and then we can fill out everything. Okay, it's best to work backward, and here we go. Okay, I don't have to go through this entire problem. It's reproduced over here. 157 purchased all 3 types, so 157 goes there. Is that clear? Next step will be working with 205, and how do you work 205? Games and utility, so game and utility, inside game utility, so we are talking about this football part. And that add up to 205, not just 205 here. This add up to 205, among that 205, 157 is taken, so this will be the subtraction. What am I talking about? Let's go to the next step. Out of 205, 157 already taken care of, so that subtraction yielded 48. That goes over here. Make sense? Next, let's go to red. Educational software and utility. E and U, that's this football, entire football. That's 196. Among them, 157 is already there. So how many do I have over here? We need it here. we need this subtraction. Likewise, 297 minus 157, that subtraction yields 140 here. So that's the color coding. Let's go back here. We begin with the middle part, 157, okay. Keep working backward. And next three colors, blue, red, green, subtraction, subtraction, subtraction. Making sense? Okay, we have to do these three. They're going to be further subtractions. How do we do that? If you're not doing it on your own, then stop this playback and then do it on your own, and then you can resume. Assume you did. Here we go. Keep working backward. You got up to black and blue, red, green before, and then let's go to utility programs. This entire circle U is 290, but 48, 157, 39, they're all counted before. So this subtraction will give me 46. That 46 comes here. Similarly, inside this E, educational software, this brown, this entire E has 497. Among them, 140, 157, 39, those are already selected. So how many do I have here? It's coming from this subtraction. Consequently, we have 161. Do the same thing for the game. 545 for this entire circle, but these numbers are already taken. So subtract and we have 200. We're almost there. If we have the outside, then we are going to be done. All right, keep working backward. In a survey of 893 total, and then we got all these numbers. So subtract them away, and then we have 102. Those are the people who did not purchase any of those three software. These are only three most popular softwares out of maybe a dozen. And there's some other things people purchased. So they go 102 outside. We now have completed Venn diagram. So we are ready to answer any question here. If you select a customer at random, what is the probability the selected customer bought none of the three types? Oh, that's easy. None of the three. We are talking about this 102. That's easy. So, okay, that's 102. Out of total 893, there goes the probability. Oh, that was easy. Well, of course, it was easy because we are done with the Venn diagram. Let's copy and paste this thing, and then let's go. If you select a customer at random, what is the probability the selected customer purchased game and educational software but no utility? So game and educational, and is small, so we have this football. I'm running my mouse. But no utility, so 157 is out. I have only 140. So that 140 out of 893, there goes the probability. Next, a little bit harder problem maybe. Change it to or. Game or educational, but no utility. Game or educational. So game or educational. Entire G circle and E circle. I'm talking about all these things. Entire figure 8, but no utility, so these three are out. So only these, 200, 140, 161. Only those. Here's a visualization. Game or educational, so all these numbers, but utility part is out, so only these three numbers. Out of total 893, so there goes the probability. Okay, and finally, you select 3 customers at random. What is the probability that all purchase utility programs? Okay, I did not specify with replacement or without replacement, but that's gonna make minimal difference. So let's just go, it's a little bit simpler with replacement. We're gonna do without replacement too. And then they all purchase utility programs. So utility, and what's that probability? Utility 290 out of 893. That's taking place 3 times. So you just use multiplication rule. Oh, this is without replacement. That's with replacement. That's one's a little bit easier. Just keep multiplying using the rule of multiplication. That's a little bit easier. Without replacement, then you have to drop down the total and then the numerator by 1. So you have a little bit harder, but if you have this kind of large numbers, the difference is minimal. So typically we go with this. And another big reason I prefer with replacement is because this is more useful for the inferential statistics that we are going to consider in the latter half of the course. In any case, this problem is multiplication rule. Multiply 3 times and that's it. Okay, so much for probability problems, but please do not assume that we exhausted all types of probability problems. They are numerous.